the name of Allah, most beneficent, most merciful. First of all, I'd like to welcome you in our new meeting in our foreign language course for business English students. Let's move a step forward with our business English journey. As you know, confidence and fluency are highly important to communication and language mastery. So you have to believe in yourself and to have faith in your abilities. Confidence in our abilities and our potential encourages us to push ourselves more. Confidence comes from not always being right, but from not fearing to be wrong. زي ما سبق وقلنا المشكلة مش ان انا اعمل mistake او اعمل error. Okay, وبالمناسبة the main difference between a mistake and an error, and when it comes to mistakes بيبقى عندي القدرة ان انا اعمل self correction، لكن لما بنيجي للerrors بيبقى في مشكلة كده، يعني حاجة زي lack of knowledge او incomplete knowledge I mean or incorrect knowledge. يعني error بتبقى more serious لدرجة ما بيبقاش عندي القدرة أو ان انا اعمل self correction او اصلح نفسي بيها. ونفتكر مقولتنا اللي دايما بنبدأ بيها it said that your grammar is a reflection of your image and that good or bad you have made an impression. هنبدأ لقائنا ب let's think كده ونشوف السؤال اللي احنا بنطرحه. Is learning English grammar really difficult? A lot of people think that grammar is very difficult and they will not be able to learn it forever. Here is a set of valuable devices which can show that it's easy to learn the English grammar. أول نصيحة بنصحك بيها، مش أنا بس، الجراماريانز بينصحوك بيها عشان نحل مشكلتنا أو ال difficulties اللي عندنا وإحنا في مسألة الجرامر. To check your level. Before starting to learn the grammar, you need to understand which grammar level is now and what exactly should be learned. Some people start learning English grammar from the very beginning. يبدأ يقول أنا عايز أتعلم الجرامر من البداية، من ألف ب، because they do not know a lot about it. But there are a lot of people which have some basic knowledge and just want to improve their grammar further. ودي أول نصيحة، لازم أعرف أنا واقف فين، مستوايا فين، عشان أعرف إيه اللي ناقصني أو نقطة البداية عندي هتبقى فين. الخطوة التانية أو الأسلوب التاني أو الحاجة التانية اللي بنقول نراعيها moving from easy to the difficult، يعني ببدأ من أسهل للأصعب. There is no need to invite something new. Just start from the easier rules and see that what you understand it. After that, just go to the other themes which are more difficult. بعد كده, try to understand. If you decide just to learn but do not understand what you do, then it will be impossible to know the English language well. Try to understand every word, and only after that you will see that it's very easy. Pay attention to the meaning. زي ما سبق وقلنا إن بالذات في الجرامر سيد الموقف هو المعنى. كمان بننصحك وبنقول have a lot of practice. If you learn the grammar but do not have any practice, it means that you just spend the time. بتقضي وقت وخلاص، لكن ما تدورش على جين، ما تدورش على فايدة، لأن نقطة مهمة جدا جدا فكرة إن أنت تعمل practice، تدرب كتير. ممكن كمان عشان تزود فكرة فرص التدريب online tests. If you wish to check the grammar and to see if there are any progress, you can make use of some online tests. These tests can help to understand your own current level, and also you will be able to see if you're moving further or not. وعلى فكرة ما تقلقش من فكرة المستيكس، سواء في الأونلاين تست، سواء في البراكتس، أو في أي مرحلة من مراحل التعلم. The way to success is through the mistakes. الأخطاء learning tools أدوات للتعلم. Don't worry that you can make the mistake or just do not know something or make the mistake from the very beginning. حتى native speakers بيعملوا أخطاء. All make the mistake from the very beginning. واحنا منهم. People try to avoid the difficult constructions and use only the simple ones. بس على فكرة ان انا لا خليني في السليم، بلاش استخدم ده احسن اقوله غلط. They are not right. Mistakes are learning tools. ادوات للتعلم. يعني to sum it up, if you have the great wish, you'll be able to learn the grammar and to choose the most appropriate way. طيب نسأل سؤال كمان وننشط بيه كده ذاكرتنا. is English grammar a set of rules؟ هي شوية قواعد لو اتعلمتها خلاص المسألة كده اتحلت. في رد شوية يمكن نستغربه في البداية. طبعا احنا عارفين ان grammar is a system of language. People sometimes describe grammar as a rule of a language. لكن الحقيقة it said that no language has rules. تاني no language has rules. ازاي؟ if we use the word rules we suggest that somebody created the rules first and then spoke the language. بس دي مش الحقيقة. language did not start like this. يعني احنا ما حطيناش كده باترون كده عليه القواعد بتاع اللغة فصلنا اللغة على أساسه. الواقع مش كده. language started by people making sounds which evolved into words أصوات فكلمات into words phrases and sentences. the common spoken language is fixed. واللغة مش ثابتة، دي بتتطور، دي بتتغير. all language change over time. what we call grammar is simply a reflection of a language at a particular time. طيب بوابتنا للدخول للجرامر هي ايه؟ الجملة. a sentence. زي ما احنا عارفين a sentence is the basic unit of the language expresses the complete thought. بتديني فكرة كاملة. a sentence is a group of words that are put together to mean something. generally speaking اتكلمنا قبل كده على two main kinds في sentence. اتكلمنا عن minor sentence واتكلمنا كمان عن major sentence. generally speaking major sentence النوع التاني has two main parts. بسبب اتكلمنا عن الجزء الأول منها في أحد الفيديوهات. the subject the verb and action which refers to the person place or thing that the sentence is about. اتكلمنا عن الفاعل أو المبتدأ للجملة. الجزء التاني من الجملة the predicate which modifies the subject. والجزء التاني من الجملة اللي هو الخبر اللي بيعرفني الفعل. يلا بينا نتكلم في لقائنا النهاردة عن the predicate. The predicate is a part of a sentence or clause that tells us what the subject does or is. To put it another way, بطريقة أبسط كده, the predicate is everything that is not the subject. كل ما هو ليس الفاعل أو المبتدأ بتاعي يبقى ده الخبر بتاعي. خبر الجملة يعني. It contains the verb and any object or modifiers that are governed by the verb. It usually comes after the subject. عادة بيجي بعد الفاعل أو المبتدأ بتاعي to complete the meaning of the sentence or the clause. تعالوا كده نشوفوا جملة أو مثال. It might be only a verb. زي ما يقول مثلا he slept. هي عندي هنا تبقى subject. البريديكيت بتاعي اللي هو slept. زي ما شايفين قدامنا the predicate refers to the part of a sentence or clause that gives information about the subject. وده معناه predicate is a complete of a sentence. هو ده اللي بيكمل الجملة وبيكمل المعنى. وعلى فكرة a simple predicate consists of only a verb string or compound verb. زي ما أقول our manager retired. يبقى our manager ده الجزء الأول المبتدأ بتاعي. البريديكيت بتاعي retired. أو ممكن أقول our manager has retired. يبقى البريديكيت بتاعي has retired. أو our manager retired and traveled abroad. ده retired and traveled abroad هو ده البريديكيت بتاعي. بس لما قلت retired بس ده الفيرب. has retired دي verb string. أما أقول retired and travel abroad ده a compound predicate. وفي مثال قدامنا موجود: the exam was difficult. The exam, this is the subject. Was difficult, the verb was, and the adjective difficult الاتنين مع بعض عملوا لي the predicate. نفس الفكرة. The man from the shop knows my secret. الشق الأولاني زي ما موضح في الصورة الشكل اللي قدامنا، ده الفاعل بتاعي أو المبتدأ. knows my secret. This is the predicate of my sentence, which means that the predicate is basically all the parts of a sentence or a clause that are not contained in the subject. يعني من الآخر كل ما هو ليس الفاعل أو المبتدأ بتاعي ده الخبر. في مجموعة من الأمثلة بس عشان نفهمها أكتر لازم برضو نبقى عارفين إن الفاعل ممكن يكون أكتر من نوع. البريديكيت بتاعي ممكن يكون أكتر من نوع. أول نوع وأسهل وأبسط نوع بيسموه simple predicate اللي هو البسيط. A simple predicate, just as its name suggests, is the verb or verb phrase without its object or modifiers. أما أقول Lady spoke, Ali slept, Emma arrived. A simple predicate can also be a verb phrase, so long as there is no objects or modifiers. She has spoken, Ali has slept, Emma will arrive. ده كده في شكله البسيط. ممكن كمان يبقى multiple predicate أكتر من كلمة، ده النوع التاني. This is more than one word, more than the verb or the verb phrase. She has spoken fluently. Ali has already slept. Emma will arrive tomorrow. النوع التالت compound predicate. It contains more than one verb. ألاقي عندي أكتر بقى من فعل. She spoke and presented. She has spoken and presented. واضح من المجموعة اللي موجودة قدامنا. Jane found Peter was rich and powerful. Children screamed loudly. مجموعة تانية. Lights went out all of a sudden. Workers protested long and loudly at factory gates. The little girl fell. The tired old man slept soundly. The tired old man slept like a log. دي مجموعة من الأمثلة، وطبعا في أمثلة كتير، بس خلينا ناخد بالنا said that where your attention goes your time goes. عشان كده احنا محتاجين نركز. So it's highly important when learning English grammar to give it your undivided attention. Very often the predicate contains an object. كتير جدا بيبقى فيه فاعل، لأن الفعل trust فعل متعدي، فبيبقى فيه فاعل أو عفوا بيبقى فيه مفعول أو أكتر من مفعول. يبقى very often the predicate contains an object. The object of a sentence is the part of a sentence that is acted upon or is affected by the verb. It usually follows the verb to which it relates. ايه حكاية المفعول بقى؟ An object is a noun or pronoun. اسم أو ضمير. المفعول ده ممكن يبقى اسم أو ضمير that exists in a sentence and is directed by the main verb of that sentence or even preposition. An object is a noun or pronoun that is governed by a verb or a preposition. There are three kinds of object. في 3 عندي أنواع من المفعول. ممكن المفعول يبقى مفعول مباشر أو مفعول غير مباشر أو مفعول لحرف جر. دي أشهر 3 أنواع للمفعول. Direct object, I know him. direct object give her the prize. أو لمفعول زي ما أقول object of a preposition set with me. يعني in other person noun or noun phrase on which the action is taking place is known as object of English grammar. She knows everyone. She likes his soup. She lives in near Cairo. He lives among us. المفعول ممكن نصنفه بشكل آخر ونقول direct object indirect object، مفعول مباشر أو مفعول غير مباشر. A direct object shows who or what the action of the verb affects, and direct object is usually a person and an animal. The indirect object receives or is affected by the direct object. An indirect object always needs a direct object with that and always comes before the direct one. تعالوا نشوف مثال كده، مثلا زي ما نقول she gave the dog the dinner. الكلب بقى هو ده المفعول غير المباشر. Do you use some money؟ وده مثال آخر. An indirect object can be preceded by the word to or for. اعمل تست صغير كده وهجرب اشوف مين فيهم اللي هينفع احط قبليه to or for. ده هيبقى المفعول غير المباشر عندي. She sent the school a letter. She sent the school a letter. Could be rephrased as she sent a letter to the school. Indirect object. We can often وده معناه we can often rephrase such sentence with a prepositional phrase using to or for plus the recipient. In this case, the direct object usually comes first. زي مجموعة الأمثلة المطروحة قدامنا. I gave the boy the sweets. The boy is the indirect object and the sweets is the direct one. أيضا في عندي كمان مجموعة من الأمثلة هنلاقي فيها the underlying words in the coming represent the indirect object. I sent you the book. She showed her mother the letter. We had to tell her the bad news. They gave the children some sweets. May brought them some magazines for the journey. Pass me the salt, please. Pay attention. In a sentence where the verb is a linking verb, a linking verb ده زي مين؟ The verb to be. They become, they seem, they appear على فكرة كمان. What follows? The verb is not in a predicate is not called an object. ما بيسموه ايه؟ مش بسميه object، مش بسميه مفعول، لكن بقول عليه complement. بنقول عليه complement. A linking verb is a verb that describes the subject by connecting it to a predicate adjective or predicate noun. وعلى فكرة على خلاف غالبية الأفعال unlike the majority of verbs, they do not describe a direct action taken or controlled by the subject. A linking verb is used to re-identify or describe the subject. واضح قوي من الشكل ده. He's a monster. مين he؟ The monster. مين the monster؟ he. He looks stunning. مين الصفة بتاعته دي؟ he. Which means وده معناه a linking verb is called a linking verb لأنه it links the subject to a subject complement. A linking verb tells us what the subject is, not what the subject is doing. The most common linking verbs is a verb to be. طبعا أشهر فعل من أشهر فعل من ال linking verbs verb to be. طبعا in all its forms بقى في كل تصريفاته am is are was were will be was being has been had been وهكذا. He felt sick. It always seems impossible until it's done. Women become more independent. A new book smells great. An old book smells even better. وكمان معايا الفعل appear. طبعا ما تروح قدامنا مجموعة من الأمثلة نقدر نطلع عليها. Now it's time for practice time. You have to underline the predicate in the following sentences. And next, which of the underlined words in the following sentences form direct objects and which form indirect objects? Next, which of the underlined words in the following sentence form complements? To conclude, a sentence is the largest independent unit of grammar. It begins with a capital letter and ends with a period, question mark or exclamation tool. دايما بنكتب بقولتنا اللي احنا متعودين عليها grammar is a piano we play by ear. To conclude, never stop learning because life never stops teaching. Best friends, see you later and thank you.